So some good news and some bad news. The bad news, I missed my flight starting this entire tour or thinking I've got enough time. There's lines all over the place. And all of a sudden, from checking my bag to security, I just missed my flight. It strikes me sometimes of how lonely it can be. And I say that word not as a negative. I just say that word as this is inherent when you choose to travel around the world for 4 or 5 months at a time, leaving and going to different cities every single week. Inherent to that is you will be by yourself or alone a lot. And what's crazy is it allowed me to really at least further understand myself, further ask myself questions. What am I learning? How do I feel right now? What is this environment? And just allows me to be quiet and take in the maybe the feelings, emotions, the awareness of what's going on. And I'm less distracted, I would say. If someone was traveling with me, I'd just be distracted with them all the time. And this allows me to think a bit deeper and really consider a lot of things, whether it's my life in general, the trajectory, the growth of Founders Live, what we want to do, or just in the moment, how am I feeling, and what things are bubbling up to the surface. So it's a unique experience for sure. A very important aspect of exploring greatness is the actual word exploring. And where I want to go with this today is you'll see through this show that a lot of these scenes and experiences we capture just as I'm traveling. I mean, in the moment traveling, whether I'm on the plane, whether I'm on the train, whether I'm in a vehicle of some sort. But you look at this and part of exploring is the process of actually traveling. And so one aspect of this show that we want to bring to you is the scenes, the feeling, the experience, the sounds, the sights of traveling and getting from one place to another. And the reason why I bring that to you all is because there is magic in those times. They are transition times. They are times for of us, if we choose to actually be more self-aware and understand the changes that our mind and our body are going through at that time. I kind of laugh right now, but that's what happens as I travel. When I go from one city to another, whether I'm on a plane, I'm looking out of the window. I choose to have a window seat always because it's so much better to experience a flight. Looking out, seeing the plane take off, seeing the clouds. I love seeing, going through the clouds, and then you see them as you rise above, and they're moving slowly, and it allows me to be at peace with myself and actually think deeper on some things. Same thing on a train. I stare out the window and I just take in the landscape. And to me, it's an experience of transition, because it means my life is going to change from one city to another. I'm going to go into a different environment, and I'm going to see some different things and meet some different people. But putting that into this show was tremendously important, because these are actually important times in my life. They touch me deeply. They allow me to think on different angles and different levels of consideration of what my life is going through, as well as what we're doing in Founders Live. And it makes this show unique. So I hope you enjoy all the aspects of exploring as we explore greatness, and the travel and the uniqueness that I experience and I'm bringing to you. Here in Milan, Italy, and just taking it all in. As I say a lot, this is a very fast-moving train, and I've been so excited to, be on this. And we're coming into about a month on the tour, and I felt like it would be a nice time to just give a little bit of, review and just some quick thoughts on the tour thus far. I would say 3 things really stick out. If you've been watching a lot of these, you're going to hear the first one, which is just, this is an incredibly fast-paced, incredibly, in some ways, intense experience as a tour. You are visiting numerous cities, basically one a week, if not less than a week, 5 days. So, just from a first month perspective is, I'm just getting now energetically kind of locked into this type of tour and the pace and the intensity of it. Second thing is, experiencing, when we talk about exploring greatness, it's not just human greatness of creating, entrepreneurship and creating startups. It's actually about, history, and you look at, what has taken place in, Spain, or, Portugal, Spain, now in Italy. You look at the buildings and the architecture, and I mean, talk about greatness. We don't see this, especially in the United States, or any buildings built around the world now. Yes, they are LEED and more energy efficient, but they're not as beautiful for sure. So, exploring greatness is really about, the city and the way of life, and all the architecture. And lastly, I'm just learning a lot about myself, and learning a lot about, when you're put in uncomfortable positions, or you're put in positions of, you're the foreigner. You walk into a bar or restaurant or a place, and, you're not one of them. And I say that simply of, I'm not a local. I'm not someone that can speak the language. I'm definitely a foreigner. And so you have to adapt. You have to learn a lot. And so, I'm just getting in motion here. It's end of month 1. So excited. And, I'm here in Milan, Italy. Tomorrow I do leave for Florence, and that's just gonna be another journey. So. I don't think anything sums up this entire journey and experience better than this view right here, as I was sitting in the back of this boat floating across the Baltic. This is what exploring greatness is all about, and I hope you grab a hold of that energy and that vision as you explore your own greatness.